So every now and then I'll get a save that isn't quite what I asked for, where the odds are not that bad, but where it's nonetheless a difficult fight that the submitter was having a hard time with and sent to me. So it's a bit too difficult for them, but it's not quite at the point of being impossible to qualify for my series, which I want to maintain a really high standard for. Sometimes though, they present something else that I can work with, so I spend some time with these saves and they're interesting sometimes, and it'd be a shame to let that go to waste. And in this case, I think I've got a unique kind of challenge. So this is going to be about making use of Yari Samurai, which I've always written off as being a pretty much worthless unit that's almost without exception inferior to the Yari Ashigaru in all situations. That's what I've pretty much always held to be the case. So for this fight, I'm going to try and use this unit Yari Samurai in a way that makes its strengths stand out, where other units might not have done as well for the role that I'm going to give it. So it's about trying to find a role that this Yari Samurai can fit into and actually thrive in. So we've got 2 units of cavalry, which outnumbers their 1 unit. We are the Mori against the Kikawa. So the Mori are pushing east, and we've got 3 units of Yari Ashigaru, 3 units of Bo Ashigaru, and they're outnumbered by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Yari Ashigaru and 1, 2, 3, 4 Bo Ashigaru. So outnumbered in terms of infantry quite badly, outnumbered in terms of bows, but we have a little bit more cavalry. And of course, the Yari Samurai. So this is the only unit of samurai infantry on the field. Generals are technically samurai units, I think, according to how the game classifies units, so it's not the only samurai unit, but it's the only proper foot samurai. So we've got 1,340 to their 2,080, so that's a 3 to 2 outnumbering, just like the last video I put up, the impossible battle against Yuan Shao in 3K. So it's kind of similar, that was what I was thinking as well, that this is kind of similar to the video I put up in 3K. It's also an infantry slog, so in this fight, in this Shogun 2 battle, I'm going to be relying on infantry, and they're actually going to do well, I think. But in 3K, infantry do not do well, there's a big contrast. And these 2 battles emphasise that difference quite well. There's a serious contrast. This is another thing that was interesting about this fight. The terrain is really exaggerated here, emphasised, and I can maybe use the terrain and the Yari Samurai's strengths to actually habilitate them, make them do well in this fight.
刀は抜いた。敵方に一人でも生き残りがいる限り、この刀鞘には収めぬ。すべてはお家のためじゃ。我が敵は奴らの領主と一門に忠誠を誓う勇敢な侍どもだ。あの者どもを滅ぼすとなると心が痛むが、これも運命のなせる技。仕方なかろう。
見たところ、敵軍には十分な数の農民がおるようじゃろう。
その分、武士の数が少ないだけに心配には及ばん。これだけは約束する。戦が終わったら忙しくなる。跳ねた敵の首を集めて数えんとならんからな。
Before I start, I was just thinking that Yari Samurai are meant to have a special ability, a special formation. A big part of what makes Yari Ashigaru so dominant in this game, especially when you're playing at high levels, is the Yari wall, of course. It makes them indomitable as fuck, especially when they have a slope like this. Yari Samurai do not have that, so on a slope, Yari Samurai are weaker than Yari Ashigaru. So just as a static defensive unit, Yari Samurai are inferior. Chasing down cavalry, they only have 160 men, so even though they have a bonus versus cavalry of 25, Yari Ashigaru have a bonus versus cavalry of 20 with 200 men. So on some level you could think about it as 200 times 20 for 4,000, and then 160 times 25 for about 4,000 again. But Yari Ashigaru are way cheaper. So in terms of the total ability to inflict damage on cavalry in a melee, Yari Ashigaru are way more cost effective than Yari Samurai. That's not the same case with something like Bo Ashigaru and Bo Samurai. It's quite easy to find circumstances in normal fights where Bo Ashigaru are less cost effective than Bo Samurai. Like, for example, firing into Samurai, Yari Samurai with their 5 armor, with Bo Samurai, they will do a lot better than Bo Ashigaru, might even be way more cost effective. They'll definitely be more cost effective in the sense that they'll do more damage before the lines meet, and that'll save your army a lot of tanking samurai, like Yari Samurai, Katana Samurai in the melee. So generally, there's a scaling that makes sense with Ashigaru up to Samurai, up to monks, up to heroes, but with Yari Ashigaru up to Yari Samurai, something goes seriously wrong. And a big part of that is down to Yari Samurai not having Spear Square, I think it's called. You're meant to be able to unlock that in the research tree and have Yari Samurai deploy into a spear formation. That's what it looks like. That's what's indicated by the way the game's balanced and by some other things. You can look into it, it seems to make sense. I'm convinced that Yari Samurai were accidentally deprived of one of their main strengths. So we can't use them as a defensive unit effectively, even though that was clearly intended, because Yari Hero can do the spear square, and then they become a defensively viable unit, especially when they're being surrounded by cavalry and swarmed. But Yari Samurai are just not a good defensive unit. It's just, if you put them on the flanks and try to react to cavalry, they'll maybe do alright there, but still you could have 2 units of Yari Ashigaru doing a way better job, covering twice as much ground. It's just the rapid advance that Yari Samurai have, really. That's the distinguishing feature. So you're meant to use Yari Samurai as they currently exist in Shogun 2 as an offensive unit, and people sometimes think that they're meant to be used to chase down cavalry with rapid advance, but you're not going to catch cavalry with fucking rapid advance. Cavalry are way faster, and it increases charge bonus as well, but I think it makes the unit fatigued. I think they might even be exhausted when the rapid advance expires. So what you need to do is use Yari Samurai to close the distance as quickly as possible and have a melee begin with rapid advance. So I'm thinking we use the trees to make that happen better, to make that work better. So they'll be discovered when they move up to about that distance, and then we rapid advance, and then we charge downhill, and we can meet them in the melee really, really quickly. And if we meet really inferior troops in the melee like that, then maybe Yari Samurai will do that job better than pretty much any other unit would be able to. Kisho Ninja have an ability that makes them move fast, and Nodashi have Banzai, which makes them move fast. So Yari Samurai are not alone in the class of infantry that can move fast. Faster than most infantry. So maybe this can work. Maybe I can use this to overcome these odds if I can build a strategy around it. They've got a lot of Yari Ashigaru, so I'll have to close this gap quickly and tie them up, and then support them quickly with Yari Ashigaru. Let's just get everything up here into this corner. Yeah, so I spent some time on this and I liked the terrain. Like, holy shit, look at the slope. This is really exaggerated. It's rare that you can find terrain like this. And then if we could potentially flank all the way around, we could have maybe even more extreme, steeper gradients up here. So yeah, look at this shit. Like, imagine if we could come around here, if that's possible, and camp up here. They can't come up that, can they? So they would have to advance up this and be tired. That's another thing. They're going to be tired coming up here, so we're going to move so much faster than them. We're going to be fresh, rapid advancing down a hill with a short window before they can react, and we can catch them in the melee with our extra experience and higher stats from being samurai, and maybe they'll do better than even katana samurai would do in that situation. Maybe they'll do better than even Nodashi could do. Maybe. If I can find a situation where Yari Samurai do better, I'll be happy. Alright, let's think about this. They're going to be advancing from here, come up here and be tired, and I want to catch them at the steepest part for the best fight for the Yari Samurai. I want to hide all my infantry. When they get up to the line, I'm going to spread them out in a big front, a big wide line, and charge down. And this is not really steep here, shit. This is not very steep. I might have to resort to charging down there. That's what I should do. I should go for the charge down there, to the right. I need to remember that. The terrain, the height difference is so important for a good fight. And I'm going to try and win this as decisively as possible. I'm going to try and absolutely perfect it. So I'm going to be meticulous as fuck, to the extent that would be in a regular battle for the Impossible Battle series. And we'll see how we can do it. I want these Yari Ashigaru to be a bit further back than the Yari Samurai. So I'm going to just charge them down, get their units to envelop around the Yari Samurai, and then come in on the flanks that have been created with the Yari Ashigaru and Yari Wall. And because we're running downhill, we can maybe close that distance before the archers can react. And I'm going to try and stay out of range with the bow Ashigaru of their bows. So I'm going to not allow their bows to fire at anything. That's what I'm going for. And I'm going to try to take out their bows with cavalry and triumphing Yari Ashigaru that are bearing down upon them through their broken infantry. So I'm going to try and use their own units as a shield against their bows to deny their bows firing opportunities. This could go pretty well, I think. I'm going to go behind, way behind. And of course, the Inspire. Haven't mentioned that yet, but I'm going to try and inspire the Yari Samurai. And the Yari Ashigaru are all hidden. And I should be able to get the Yari Samurai down into them before they can discover the Yari Ashigaru. And then once the Yari Samurai have caught them in the melee, I can bring the Ashigaru in and involve them. I'm going to have the light cavalry hide down here to go for a really aggressive flank. This could work. This is going to be devastating, I think. So I'm going to have Yari Samurai closing the distance really quickly, with rapid advance, with Inspire, with a charge, with one experience, on a wide front, into Yari Ashigaru that are not counter-charging, that are blobbed, and maybe they'll have a really, really good fight. Usually you're comparing against base units like Yari Ashigaru and Katana Samurai, so if this Yari Samurai can outperform Yari Ashigaru and Katana Samurai in that role, then I'll have succeeded, I'll have triumphed. I'm trying to habilitate this fucking Yari Samurai unit. So it counts on rapid advance, boosting the speed and charge bonus. That's something Katana Samurai don't have access to. A speed bonus. So if that speed bonus is the difference between taking a salvo of arrows and taking no arrows, that'll have been useful, and they'll have done better in that regard than Katana Samurai would. So hopefully a lot of our men can make it to the line with their 9 melee defense. And we're also about to get 2 experience, so that's going to go up to 10 melee defense. So they're going to be tanky, and of course they're going to be tired, fighting uphill. So we could get a really good KD doing this if we stack up all our advantages perfectly. And I need to remember to charge down here. That's really important. So I'm going to try and hold the high ground up here with this unit. And how far back can I go here? I need to get these units hidden. The light cavalry are definitely hidden, that's good. I can maybe get a forward position Yeah, I'm doing it. So I think I can sneak. Usually you want to have as much height as possible, because height is speed. It's like potential energy. They move faster, they get there quicker, they're less tired. Height is good in Shogun 2. It's not really the same in 3K, which is a shame. I really miss the importance of terrain and positioning in Shogun 2. 3K doesn't really have that. It's a shame, man. Come on, hide. Fucking hide. Alright, this one is to hide now. This is why the deployment before the battle is good. You can hide all your units perfectly. Like, even if there's just a tiny area where the whole unit can become hidden, you can easily just click and find that immediately in the deployment. Oh, and we found it. Nice. So look at this positioning. It's great. And yeah, we're going to get to charge into the centre right, I think, down there. And I'm going to flank with the general up here. I'm going to involve the bows, definitely. I don't know how much utility they'll render for us, but I'm going to pick targets for them. And they have a locked group. I've got the group locked for the bows, so...
treacherously meant to ambush us!
Yeah. I don't want to be discovered yet. I don't want to charge uphill like that into them either. But if I have to run away with the light cavalry, that would suck. I want to get that charge into the back of them to break them. And I don't want to take any aggro with our bows from their bows, remember. I want to initiate using the Yari Samurai. That's really important here. Are they going to get discovered? They better not. They better not be discovered. I want to sweep through their bows with the light cavalry and charge the back of their Yari Samurai with our general. So I'm going to have the general come up the left and have the light cavalry come from the right. I don't think we'll be discovered. I think we're just letting them slip past. This should work. This is a good plan. It's going to be over quickly if everything goes well. So I've got to be careful. Are they tired yet? They're running. They're running uphill, so they should be tired. And yeah, this should work.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord!
And now the light cavalry can come around. And inspired, just in time I think. Bows are firing. And run to the melee. Only got one Yari wall up in the middle. And bows are not firing at the right units, which sucks. General's chasing the light cavalry, so he's pulled away. I want to fire at their Yari with our bows.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord!
They've turned around with Yari Ashigaru. It's a shame we didn't get to deploy Yari walls with all the units. I wish there was a way to automatically do that, like when the melee starts. That would be perfect. Oh, there's a mod opportunity. And we're wavering here. Holy shit. I need to hit the back. I need to break some of these units. Taking aggro with the bows. And we're getting the charge. But they're pulling out with the general. I'm gonna just charge this and ignore the Yari Ashigaru there. We didn't break, it was getting close there. We've got a Yari Ashigaru at the back, everything's breaking here. They've all broken. Now let's get the Yari Ashigaru further forward. Just ignore the units that are running away behind. Whole unit of Yari Ashigaru broke there, so that's it. Chain route. And we did it. With only... how many kills? 318 kills for 35 losses.
A glorious victory will soon be yours!
I wonder what would have happened if we got the Yari walls up in time. This unit's in Yari wall and it got more kills, so we could add an extra 100 kills on each Yari Ashigaru, potentially, if we got the Yari walls up. And we chased them away. So we did it, and we only lost 50, 100, 140, 160, 70, 80, 200 and something guys. So like 250 guys lost. Not bad. Heroic victory. And they're making their way over here. Oh my god, the bows are still firing. Come on, come on. Yeah, so that worked pretty well, I think. The only question is whether Katana Samurai would have done better than the Yari Samurai in that melee. Could have done, but the Yari Samurai performed quite well, I think, compared to what I'm used to, what I'd expect of Yari Samurai in a fight. If that was against Samurai, then yeah, it would have been way worse. But Yari Samurai pulling 300 kills against Yari Ashigaru with trivial losses and anchoring the battle line for Yari Ashigaru to tear them up on either side. This unit of bows did way better.
Fatigued, my lord, and some must rest.
Did way better than the other two. Well, let's get in behind them. Well, let's do this again. This thing. Come on, make a line. Fuck. Oh well, got most of them. Heroic victory, yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was probably more difficult to lose that than it was to win it, at least for me. So, 200 losses for 1,500 kills. And of course, the Yari Samurai did the best. The flankers, the general and the light cavalry did quite well. General lost 10, even though he was stuck in Yari Ashigaru for a minute there. So, yep, overall that was quite good. And the Yari Samurai performed as well as I could have expected. Probably on par with Katana Samurai, I would say, for that. Maybe a little bit better. Be interesting to see how well Katana Samurai would do in that exact same situation. Don't know how much of a difference the rapid advance made, but yeah. Experiment concluded. Thanks, Greg, for the save. If you like the videos and want to help me with making more, you can do that on Patreon. Thanks to all my patrons. Special thanks to Matteo Olivetti, Nerdington and the Roadie451.